This is the Anna Gale Lines Podcast, where we equip you with the tools and insights to take charge of your life and thrive. And here is your host, life coach and author, Anna Gale Lines.
Welcome to the Anna Gale Lines Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Gale Lines, and today we're diving deep into the empowering journey of building confidence. Whether you're looking to elevate your professional engagement or simply enhance your self-assurance, this video is your guide. Confidence isn't innate. It's a skill honed through practice and mindset. In this session, we're going to offer practical tips on how to boost your confidence in every aspect of your life. Join us as we explore proven techniques, delve into the psychology behind confidence building, and share actionable steps to empower you. Whether you're a content creator, a professional, or someone seeking to amplify your self-belief, this video aims to equip you with the tools to radiate confidence. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our empowering content. Let's embark on this transformative journey together. What are some of the benefits of being more confident? One is improved mental health. 2 is less anxiety, increased resilience, boosted motivation, better relationships, greater happiness, career advancement, improved decision-making skills, enhanced performance, and increased assertiveness. So why are we not confident? One reason is because of the negative self-talk that we do on a daily basis. And then we have excessive expectations that we set on ourselves. We judge ourselves harshly and we fear what other people think of us. We have lack of experience, we have lack of skill, we have negative influences, people who are telling us what we should and shouldn't do. There's been physical, emotional, or sexual abuse in our lives. We're afraid to act, and procrastination and disappointments. You won't be able to be confident right away. It takes practice, but let me give you some ways that you could become more confident in your life. So one is by mastering a new skill. So take those things that you think you're not good at. Make a list of all those things that you think you're not good at. Maybe it's accounting. Maybe it is doing your taxes. Maybe it's painting. Maybe it's, writing songs or, doing things around the house, being handy, DIY projects, things like that. Make a list of those things and then master those skills. That could be through YouTube videos. That could be through going to take a class. That could be through getting a mentor in that area, learning from somebody who's already done what you want to do. But we need to take that list. We need to pick one of those things that we're not good at or that we perceive that we're not good at. And then we need to master that skill because that's going to give us confidence. So every time you have an accounting issue and you've mastered that skill, now you can do it with confidence. You no longer have that weakness. But too many times what happens is that we just allow that to be a stumbling block in our lives. Instead of taking the steps to learn how to do that thing more efficiently, to do that thing with more skill, we instead decide that we're not good at it and we need to, just not tackle it. But that's not true. You can do anything that you set your mind to. So if you have a weakness in one area, why don't you take the time to master it? Why don't you take the time to learn how to become more skilled at accounting? Why don't you take the time to learn how to paint or learn how to do that DIY project? Because once you gain that momentum, that confidence, you'll radiate that into other areas of your life. But you got to just get started. Then we need to list our accomplishments, the things that we have done in our lives. What are those things that have made you feel proud? Have you climbed Mount Everest? Have you written a book? Have you wrote a song? Do you have, is your videos on YouTube? Do you have a certain number of followers? What are the things that make you feel proud? Proud of what you have accomplished in your life? Is it your kids? Is it that job you have? Is it that business you created? But too many times we look at all the negatives in our lives and we don't look at the positives. We don't see what we have done that is positive in our lives. Those things that have made an impact on other people's lives, our art or our business or, our children or, the way we interact with people. Those are things that we can be proud of. We can be proud of the fact that we built our own business. We can be proud of the fact that we wrote a book. We can be proud of the fact that we have raised respectable children. And we also need to do something creative. This is one of my favorite things. But so creativity stimulates the brain. So what do you want to do? Or what have you done in the past that's creative that you are not doing now? Did you used to play guitar? Did you used to write stories? Did you used to paint? What are those creative things that you used to do that you don't do now? Why don't you take out that easel and those paints and paint over the weekend? Why don't you write a new story or write a new song or fiddle on that guitar? Or maybe you want to learn a new creative skill. You want to learn how to paint, or you want to learn how to do stained glass, or you want to learn how to write. You could take classes or watch YouTube videos, but do something creative because creativity breeds confidence. Once we see that thing that we have created, that gives us more confidence to create more things. So, what is it that you want to create? Do you want to create the greatest American novel? Do you want to write a song that's on the radio? Do you want to just paint so that you have, pictures on your wall? What is it that you want to do that's creative? And then creativity is not just doing things like painting and writing and music. It's also things like DIY projects, building a cabinet or, building shelves or something like that. Taking an old dresser and making it into something new. These are all creative projects and things that we could do to spark our creativity and therefore give us confidence. And then we need to get clear on our values. We have to determine what our values are and examine our lives. Are we living in alignment with those values? Because if we're not, we need to make the necessary changes so that we come in alignment with our values. So, what is a big value to you? Is it honesty? Are you living an honest life? What happens when you're faced with a situation and nobody's watching? Are you going to do the right thing or are you going to do the wrong thing because nobody will know? Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. So we need to be clear on our values and the way that we conduct ourselves. And then we need to challenge our limiting beliefs. Too many times we think we can't do things because we believe that we are not good enough. We cannot do that thing. We don't deserve it. But we need to challenge our thinking because this is erroneous thinking. We could do whatever we set our mind to. But the problem is that we don't dream enough. We don't believe enough. We don't believe in ourselves. And if you don't believe in yourself, you're never going to accomplish anything. So you've got a goal to, write a book or start a business or something like that. And you're holding yourself back because you believe you can't do it. You can do it. I believe in you. You have to believe in you because the only person that matters is you. You matter. And you have to start believing in yourself and start moving towards your goals because you're never going to accomplish them otherwise. They are not going to just drop into your lap. You're not going to suddenly be the CEO of some $1 million corporation. Somebody is not going to come to you with the money, to start your business because because when we're in this limited thinking, we are always expecting something to trigger us out of it. We are expecting other people to see what we don't see. See, but the problem is that we have to see ourselves as successful. We have to see ourselves accomplishing that goal. We have to see ourselves as being the CEO of our own business. We have to see ourselves doing the thing before it will become a reality. So we have to believe in us. And we need to stand at the edge of our comfort zone. We need to stretch ourselves. You don't like public speaking? Then take a public speaking class so that you have to do it all the time. Because once you do it, and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again, it becomes old hat. It becomes a learned skill. And you learn how to speak in public without having a problem. I mean, you're always going to get butterflies, and that's because you care. But it's going to become easier for you the more you do it. The problem is that we are so terrified of speaking in public or, writing that great American novel or stepping out of our comfort zone and starting our own business that it paralyzes us. And what needs to happen is that we need to take a step over the edge, so to speak. We need to actually jump, make that leap and force ourselves to do that thing that we are fearing. So if you're afraid of public speaking, take a public speaking class and make yourself speak in public. If you're afraid to drive, force yourself to drive. If you are afraid to start that business, just take small steps towards that business. Maybe put up a website. Maybe put up your products to that website. And just start working on a small scale. But once you gain momentum, you're going to get more confidence. And once you get more confidence, you'll want to do it more. And then we need to help other people. So too many times we keep our talents and our gifts and our abilities to ourselves. But there are other people that can help. We could help with those gifts and talents. We could go read to the blind. We can go and listen to the stories of older people at the Senior Citizens Center. We could help them learn computer skills, or we could teach a class in writing. There are skills that we have that other people would have loved to have, but they don't. So we need to share our gifts and talents with the world. We need to let our light shine. Because when we let our light shine and see that we have gifts and talents that other people don't, and that they admire us for those gifts and talents, and we can help them with them, then we will gain more confidence. We need to heal our past, because a lot of times the reason we're not confident is because we have unresolved issues and drama from our past. We could talk it out with a licensed therapist. We could work on our mental issues with a therapist. We could talk it out with a friend. We could journal it. We could get all those feelings onto the page. But we need to do something in order to deal with those unresolved issues and that drama that is in our past that keeps coming back up every time we try to do something out of our comfort zone. And we need to stop worrying what other people think. Because the truth is, they're not thinking about you. They are thinking about themselves. Everybody thinks about themselves. To some extent, we are all narcissists because we're preoccupied with what's going on in our lives. We're preoccupied with what other people think of us. We're preoccupied with ourselves. But we need to stop worrying what other people think. Their truth is not our truth. Their opinions are not our opinions. Now, if they give you constructive criticism, that's one thing. You can take that criticism and it could help you in your life. But if they're just making generalized comments, or they're haters, they're making comments that make no sense, ignore them. Because they have nothing better to do than to hate on you. And then we need to read something inspirational. A great way to gain more self-esteem is by reading and listening about people who have done things that we want to do. We need to read biographies of people who have started businesses if we want to start a business. We need to learn how other people did things and be inspired by their journey and how they triumphed over adversity, so that we could do it too. Because if they could do it, we could do it. And then we need to let the negative people go. Too many times we are focused on what these negative people are saying. But the smartest thing to do is to let them go. As Taylor Swift would say, shake it off. Because what is true for somebody else is not true for you. And we need to just focus on our truth and living our lives to the best that we can. And then we need to draw a line in the sand. We need to set boundaries. So there are certain things in your life that you are not going to accept. You're not going to accept people talking about you. You're not going to accept people, abusing you. You're not going to accept certain things. Your time is your time, and it is not somebody else's time. So we have to set boundaries. What is it that you're going to accept? What is it that you're not going to accept? And you got to draw a line in the sand. And then we need to know that failure is a part of growth. We can't just think we're a failure because we failed. We're not a failure just because we failed. You're not a failure unless you allow that failure to define you. You're not a failure unless you don't get back up after that failure. The more you fail, the better chances you are of finding success. Failure is just you finding a bunch of ways that the thing didn't work. But if you continue towards that goal and you keep trying different things, you're going to hit on a successful method. So failure is a part of life. It is a part of becoming successful. We need to remain a student. We need to have a learning mindset. We need to always be learning. What is it that you want to tackle? What is it that you want to do with your life? Well, find things and classes and videos to learn from, people to learn from. Surround yourself with people who have done that thing and glean wisdom from them. And then as we talked about before, we need to face our fears. We need to not let fear define us and stop us and paralyze us, but we need to face our fears. Because on the other side of that fear is your success, your victory. And we need to become mentors to other people. We have skills and talents and wisdom we can give the younger generation. People who are coming up through the ranks that want to do what we're doing, we can give them tips and help them along the way. We could be their guide. And we also need to define what we think success is. Because my version of success is not your version of success. My version of success might be to run my own business, be defined by my own terms, do what I want to do, when I want to do it, surrounded with the people that I want to do it with. Your version of success could be the C-suite, making it to vice president or president of the company. Another person's version of success could be raising a successful family. We all have a different definition of success, and we have to work with our version of success and not somebody else's. Because my dreams are not somebody else's dreams, and their dreams are not my dreams. And yes, you could ask me for help in a skill that I might have, but if I'm focused on what I want to do and my version of success, and your version of success and what you need me to do doesn't align with that, I'm not helping you. So these are some ways that we can be more confident. So thank you for joining us on this empowering journey towards building self-confidence. I hope that these strategies and insights have inspired you to embrace your potential and take strides in your confident building journey. Remember, confidence is a skill that is grown with practice. Implement these tips, stay committed to your growth, and witness the transformative impact on your life. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends who might benefit, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on personal development and empowerment. We'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and also leave your questions, anything that you want answered, either about the video or anything you want advice on. Your feedback fuels our commitment to providing more empowering content. So stay tuned for our upcoming videos about unlocking your full potential. Until next time, remember that you are capable, you're worthy, and you have the power to be confidently you. Thank you for watching.
You have been listening to the Anna Gale Lines podcast. If you'd like to learn more about Anna Gale or to buy her fiction and nonfiction books, go to annagalelinesmedia.myshopify.com. Right now, you can buy 3 ebooks and get 1 free. Sign up for the newsletter to keep updated on the world of the Anna Gale Lines podcast and the Space-Tastic Mysteries podcast, her fiction podcast where you can hear installments of her science fiction novels. To follow her on social media, Lady Anna Gale on TikTok, Anna Gale Lines on Twitter, Anna Gale Lines Artist on Instagram. Join our Facebook page at facebook.com/author Anna Gale. Thank you for listening and thank you for being you.